Now I start teaching you the chapter. Margie even wrote about it that night in her diary. Means Margie here the main character of this chapter. She, as I told you that this story is set in future time. So she made a diary entry in her diary. On the page headed 70 May 2157 means the date was 70 May 2157. As you know, it is 2020. So after about 137 years, she made this entry. She wrote, "Today Tommy found a real book." Tommy is the another character of this story. And she wrote in her diary that today Tommy found a real book. Means the book of olden days that were printed on pages. It was a very old book. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on paper. Means Margie's own grandfather was a child, then his grandfather told him that all the stories they were printed in paper, and this was very surprising for Margie and Tommy. They turned the pages which were yellow and crinkly. Crinkly means with many folds or lines. As we know that if we find a very old book, the pages they become very, the pages they are full of lines and they turn yellow like this. And it was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to. And they were surprised to see the books because the words that were written on the pages they were still, means they were not moving, because Tommy and Margie they study on television screen where their text they move from one side to another. So when they found the words in still position, they were surprised. And then when they turn back to the page before, means जिस पेज को वो खोले हुए थे उससे पहले का पेज जब उन्होंने दोबारा पलटा, it had the same words on it that had when they read it first time. Means they noticed that this page had the same letters when they opened it the very first time. Gee, said Tommy, what a waste. Gee, the exclamatory word. And Tommy said, what a waste. Means कितना टाइम का वेस्टेज है. When you are through with the books, means when you have read the book, you just throw it away. Means you can throw it. I guess our television screen must have had a million books on it. He says that his television screen has so many books and it is good for plenty more. Means and they can have more and more books on their television screen. I would not throw it away. And he says that he can't throw these books out of his television screen. Same with mine, said Margie. Miss Margie agrees with Tommy and she says, ठीक मेरे साथ भी ऐसे ही है. She was 11 and had not seen as many textbooks as Tommy had. Since Margie was younger than Tommy was 13 and Margie was 11 years old. So Tommy had studied more books on his television He was 13, means Tommy was 13 years old. She said, "Where did you find it?" Means she asked Tommy about the books, saying, "Where did you find it?" Means उसे ये book कहाँ से मिली? "In my house," he pointed without looking. Means without looking at Margie, he said that he found the book inside the house because he was busy reading. Means at that time Tommy was reading the book, and he added, "in the attic." Attic is the space just below the roof, used as a classroom. एक छोटा सा कमरा होता है जिसे कि हम जो छत के नीचे होता है, जैसे कि हम एज अ स्टोर रूम यूज करते हैं. व्हाट इज इट अबाउट? तो वो टॉमी से पूछती है, मार्गी टॉमी से पूछती है बुक किसके बारे में है. एंड टॉमी आंसर दैट द बुक इज अबाउट द स्कूल. Margie was scornful. Schools means she was full of contempt. What is there to write about schools? Means she was surprised that there was no need to write about the schools. She added that I hate schools. वो कहती है मुझे स्कूल से तो बड़ी नफरत है. Margie always hated school, but now she hated it more than ever. Means already she had no liking for schools, and अब तो और भी ज़्यादा उसको dislike करेगी. The mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography, and she had been doing worse and worse until the mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent for the county inspector. Because Margie का जो mechanical teacher था, as I told you that in the future time the children they won't have human teacher, rather they would have mechanical teachers. Means some robotic teacher would be teaching them. So his mechanical teacher was giving her test after test in geography subject, and every time she was doing worse and worse. So his mother was very sorry for her, and she patted her head sorrowfully. And to know the cause why Margie was doing so bad in geography subject, she called for the county inspector. County inspector means local inspector, means the person who repaired the robotic teachers or computer. Here part 1 is over.